Namaste, dear students. First of all, I want to welcome you to our English class of grade 9. I hope today also you are ready with your necessary materials. And your materials are, can you tell me? Yes, they are your English textbook, exercise book, and pen or pencil. Are you ready with them? Good. If so, we are going to learn another new thing in our today's class in Unit 11. Okay? In our previous class, we learned a text about save your smartphone. How to take care of our smartphone. Okay? Then we did comprehension task. And today we are going to learn something new under speaking skill and writing skills. So all of you be ready for it. Are you ready? Good job. Now I am going to begin our today's class. First of all, we are going to practice pronouncing some English words. Okay? So you can look at pronunciation. So have you found it? Good. Now look at the words. So for these words, if you want to pronounce, you have to consult your dictionary, okay? And you can use your e-dictionary and listen to the pronunciations of these words. So let's start pronouncing these words. The first word we have is impossible, impossible. So how do you pronounce it? Listen to me very carefully. Impossible. Now all of you try to pronounce impossible. All of you pronounce it, please. Impossible. Okay? One more time. All of you pronounce it. Good. Impossible. Next word. It is battery. How do you pronounce? Battery. How do you pronounce it? Battery. All of you pronounce it, please. Good. One more time. Good. Battery. Okay. Next word we have is zero. How do you pronounce it? It is zero. All of you pronounce it. Zero. One more time, all of you pronounce it. Zero. Good. Next word we have is either. How do you pronounce it? All of you try, please. Yes, either. 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 Okay. Next word we have temperature. How do you pronounce it? You have to pronounce as temperature. 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 All of you pronounce it once again. Good. Now pronounce it one more time. Good job. Temperature. Okay. Next word is germ. How do you pronounce? Germ. One more time pronounce it. germ. Germ. Now one more time. How do you pronounce it? germ. Good. Germ. Next word. cloth. How do you pronounce? Cloth. One more time. cloth. Good. One more time pronounce it. cloth. Cloth. Good. Next word. burglar. How do you pronounce? Burglar. All of you pronounce it. Burglar. One more time, please. burglar. Burglar. Now, one more time you have to pronounce this word. burglar. Burglar. Good job. Now, another word we have is control. How do you pronounce? Control. All of you pronounce it. Control. 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 Now, the last word we have is appear. Appear. All of you pronounce it. appear. Good. One more time. appear. Appear. Good job. Dear students, in your free time, please practice these words to pronounce, okay? And listen to your e-dictionary also. Now, after this, I want to take you to another item, that is speaking. Under speaking, we are going to learn something new. And can you guess what is it? Okay, let me check whether you are right or wrong. And to know that one, first of all, you have to read and act out the following conversation between two students. You can see in the picture there are two students. Okay, how many students are there? Two students, and they are going to talk. Now, what is their talk? You just listen to them and try to guess what we are going to learn today under speaking skill. Is it okay? Good. Now, let me show you the conversation.
Excuse me, how can I take a screenshot on a laptop?
First, press the window key and print screen key at the same time to capture the entire screen.
So, have you noticed what is it about? Now, you have to look at this one, okay? There is first press the window key and print screen key at the same time to capture the entire screen. It means that someone is giving you instruction to take a screenshot on a laptop, okay? So, it means that I hope you might have guessed. What is it? Yes, your guess is right. We are going to learn to give instructions, and for this one, this is your example. See, excuse me, how can I take a screenshot on a laptop? I don't know. Now you have to give me instructions so that I can follow your instructions and take a screenshot on my laptop. Okay, so for this one we are going to practice some. For this you have to be ready. Now work in pairs, take turns to ask questions and give instructions in the following situations. Dear students, now I am going to ask you the questions and you have to give me instructions. Okay, you all be ready. Very interesting. And the first situation for us is take a photo. Now I am going to ask you the question and you just give me the instructions. Is it clear to you? Good. Now the first one, excuse me, can you tell me how to take a photo on mobile phone? Now you all give me instructions. I want to listen. Okay, good job. Now next one, recharge a phone. Again I am going to ask you a question and you have to give me instructions. Okay, excuse me, can you tell me how to recharge a phone? Okay, all of you give me instructions. Good job. Now another situation for you again, send an email. I don't know how to send an email. Excuse me my friend, can you tell me how to send an email? Wow, good job. And another situation we have is print a Word document. Can you tell me how to print a Word document? Now you give me instructions. Well done. Now next one, replace a light bulb. Can you tell me how to replace a light bulb? Wow, you are so smart. And the last situation for you is send a text. Now I want to send SMS on your mobile phone, but I don't know how to send. So can you tell me how to send a text? All of you give me instructions. Good job. You tried your best. Thank you very much for it. And you don't forget to practice it in your free time, and whenever you get a chance to give instructions to your friend, please, you have to give instructions to your friends, okay? Now, I want to show you again another task. Now, look at the pictures. The pictures below show the steps to making pizza. Look at them and explain to your friends the steps of making pizza. Use first, second, then, etc. You can use the clues given in the box below. These are the pictures. Now, I don't know how to make a pizza, and there are some clues for you, and you have to give me instructions to make a pizza, okay? And the clues for you are cut into slices, put an apron on, serve, grate cheese, knead the dough, roll the dough, put toppings on, bake in the oven, wash hands, spread sauce. Now look at the picture and then you have to choose the correct clue and you have to give me instruction. Now all of you give me instructions to make a pizza using these clues. I am listening to you. Okay, go on. Well done. Now your instructions can be like this. You all listen to me very carefully. Okay, I am going to play the instructions. You listen to it very carefully.
First, wash your hands. Then, put an apron on. After it, knead the dough. Then, roll the dough. Spread sauce. Next, grate cheese. Put toppings on. After it, bake in the oven. Then, cut into slices. Finally, you can serve it to your members.
So, is this instruction similar to yours? Good job. Now, dear students, again I want to play a short video of giving instructions. So, all of you watch it. Okay?
Hey, Jane. Look what I bought online.
Oh, wow, what is that?
It's a time machine.
A time machine? Really? Does it work?
Of course.
That's impossible. I don't believe you.
It really does. Yesterday, I traveled back to the year 1900.
Really? So, how do I use it?
First, you should think of the time you want to travel to and type it in on this keypad. If you make a mistake, you can push the back button to start again. After you put in the date, you should type in the place. You can do this on the same keyboard.
Okay. Let's say Barcelona in the year 2500.
Great. Next, you need to flip this switch to the on position and turn the three keys here, here, and here. It's very important that you turn all of them. If you don't turn one of them, the machine won't work.
Okay. I understand.
And finally, you need to adjust the seat for your journey through time. If you pull this lever, you can move the backrest up or down. This handle controls the footrest. And if you're scared, you can use these straps to hold yourself in place.
Okay, I see.
All right, let's see what life is like in the future.
Dear students, from the video also, I hope you might have got the idea to give instructions. Again, I want to show you one more example and then you need to find out what we have to do while giving instructions. Okay? Dear students, if your bicycle tire gets punctured, how do you repair it? Now, you have to give instruction to your friends when he or she gets this type of problem. Now, I want to show you examples and try to find out what we have to do while giving instructions. Okay? Now, let me start. First, remove the inner tube from the tire. Then, inflate the inner tube and put it in water. Next, check to see whether there is any other leak. After it, deflate and dry the inner tube and prepare the area near the hole. And then spread gum and put a patch over the hole. Leave it to dry. Again, put the inner tube back in the tire. Finally, inflate the tire and it is ready to ride. Dear students, if I get this type of problem with my bicycle tire, if you give me these instructions, then I can repair the puncture. Okay. So from here, can you tell me what is instruction? Good. Instructions mean giving ideas to do something in a proper order. So you need to learn how to give instructions. So I want to give you some tips and you should write it down in your notebook. Are you ready for it? Good. The tips for you are: start the instructions with verb. If you look at this example, you can find the instructions start with verb. Look at remove, inflate, check, deflate, spread, put, inflate. Okay, we start our instruction with the verb. Next, say in a proper order or stepwise procedure. Now, what we have to do first, then what, we have to say in a sequential order. We have to tell them in a proper order. Then only we can perform that activity. Okay. See, here also first of all we remove the inner tube. Then we put air in the tube, inflate the inner tube. Okay. Then we check, keeping the tube in the water. So if we don't say in a proper order, then we cannot perform that activity correctly. Is it clear, all of you? Next, use simple language so that everyone can understand to follow the instructions. Next, use linking words to show its proper order, such as first of all, after that, next, secondly, then, finally, at last, etc. Here also you can see first, then, next, after it, and then, again, finally. In the video also, they use this sort of linking words. So is it clear to you? Good job. After this, now I have a homework for you. So your homework is: your younger sister or brother wants to make bread, but he or she does not know how to make it. Give the instructions to make bread. Okay? So you have to give instructions. First, what your younger brother or sister has to do. Then what he or she has to do. Then in the third step, what he or she has to do, you have to give the instructions in a proper order. Now another task for you again. Suppose your friend does not know how to recharge the SIM. Tell him or her instructions to recharge it. Okay? These are your tasks for your homeworks. Is it clear to you? Good. If so, now we have again another thing to learn under writing 1. And can you guess what is it? All of you try to tell me, what are we going to learn under writing 1? Okay, let me show you. Now we are going to learn to write a recipe. So later I will ask you what recipe is. So first of all, I want to show you an example using these clues. Okay, name of the food item, ingredients, cooking procedure. I think you might have already guessed what recipe is. So do you know what recipe is? Don't worry, I'll show you the example first and then you will be very clear. Okay, now a recipe to cook milk tea. I am going to give you an example of a recipe of cooking milk tea. Okay, and it is for 2 cups. So can you tell me, what should we do first? Okay, let me show. Ingredients. Do you know the meaning of ingredients? Good job. Things that are necessary for us to make some things. Some things means particular food item. Okay, so to cook milk tea, we need milk, water, sugar, tea powder, tea spices. Okay, these are the ingredients. So these things are used to cook milk tea. Okay, so what is the first step that we have to do? Let me show you. First, pour a cup of milk and a cup of water in a pan and boil it. Okay, then what next? Okay, all of you tell me. All right, add tea powder as required. Okay, then what is next? Well done. Then add 2 teaspoons of sugar as required. Okay, if people want more sugar, then you can use their 3 teaspoon or 4 teaspoon or maybe only half teaspoon. Okay, that's why I have written here as required. And what is next then? After that, add tea spices. After that, add tea spices. Okay, then let it boil for 2 to 3 minutes until it gives reddish brown color. And finally, what is necessary to do? At last, you can serve it. So, have you got the idea about a recipe? Alright, recipe means how to cook a particular food item, okay? And it is also looking like giving instructions. This is also instruction, okay? But recipe is only related to cooking food item. But instruction means we can give for any type of activity. And while giving ideas for recipe, at that time we use the same linking words here, like first, then, after that, and then, you know. Have you got the idea? Okay, now I want to give you tips for writing a recipe. All of you, please write down in your exercise book. Are you ready? Okay, let me give you the tips. Write the name of a dish. First of all, you have to write down the name of the food item, okay? Write the name of a dish. Then, write down the required ingredients. It is better to write the quantity of the required ingredients. Then, after writing the name of the food, you have to write down the things that are necessary for cooking that particular food item. And if you can write down the quantity, how much we need, that is better, okay? So after it, what should we do? Can you tell me? Write in a stepwise procedure. Dear students, you have to be very careful here. So while giving a recipe, at that time you should be very careful to give the instructions in a proper order, okay? So what should be done first, then secondly, then thirdly, you know, otherwise we may spoil the food. So it is very risky also, okay? Next, use the linking words such as first, after that, then, next, at last, etc. If you use these linking words, you know, they maintain the sequential order, okay? So we use them in giving instructions too. Next tip, use imperative sentences. Imperative sentences means start the sentence with verb, okay? So you have to start with the verb. Then write in points rather than in a paragraph. You are suggested to write a recipe in points, not in paragraph, okay? So if you write in a paragraph, that's not wrong, but we prefer writing in points, okay? Now, I hope you might have got the idea for giving a recipe. So now it's time for your home assignment, and your homework is write a recipe to make an omelette, okay? And another recipe is write a recipe to cook potato and cauliflower curry. Dear students, if you don't know, then today your job is to go to your kitchen and then you have to make an omelette first. And then you have to cook potato and cauliflower curry first. And then what you did first, and then what you did in the third step, what you did in the fourth step, then if you write it down in your exercise book, then that becomes your recipe. So is it clear? So interesting homework for you. So first of all, you have to make an omelette, and then you have to cook potato and cauliflower curry, and then you have to write down in your exercise book. Is it interesting to you? Good. So don't forget to do your homeworks and show it to your English teacher. Dear students, I hope you might have enjoyed our today's class and better understood giving instructions and writing a recipe. Please practice them in your free time. It's all for today. Have a wonderful time. Goodbye.